to be under the judiciary, or we need a world police to police us. Because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform the judiciary, or we're going to need external help? Oh, a very, very good morning to you all. Let me make it my own first, right? Let's have it with me, one moment with me, before I begin to introduce others and other features that's going to make today a success. It is Saturday, and it is the weekly bulletin on African Renaissance Television. My name is Daddy Chris. I'm broadcasting today a lot. I'm broadcasting to my personal Facebook, to a couple of Facebooks, some YouTube channels, and live on Instagram. It's very important that we deal with today for what it is. I was just trying to have a little breakfast before the show so you can see some little thing. I'm feeling excited because if I don't eat, we'll rather die. Well, the show as it is weekly bulletin is end of the week on African Renaissance Television. Tomorrow I'll be doing something else that will be on Robo Television, so it's a different show. Today, I say let us kind of summarize all we have been saying. You know, all through the week, I've been making a case. In fact, I have cried and cried and cried to Nigeria that please let us not make these security challenges, what Donald Trump is trying to do for us, as a case of, let's not look at it from the top, let's look at it from the bottom. Let's look at it deeply. And I use a parable. I said, in mathematics, 1 + 1 is 2. But in law, we ask, why is 1 + 1 2? We have security challenges, but how do we get here? Why are we here? So if we can do that, maybe we can find a solution to our problem, not from the surface, but you know, and I made a very big parable for those of you that grew up in my time. When growing up, the disease we had then when you have sex is gonorrhea. If you have gonorrhea then, you don't treat it with Vaseline, because Vaseline ain't going to cure it. If you rub Vaseline on your private part, it's not going to cure it. You need to drink some antibiotics that will cure the disease from inside. So right now, Nigeria doesn't need Vaseline. Nigeria need antibiotics to cure our problem. And that is some of the issues I want to talk about. That's what I've been crying. I begged and I begged and I begged and I begged and I begged. But today, I'm going to approach the issue again from where I am more comfortable. You see, and that's why I titled today's topic a very deep one. Only people that can understand will know what I'm saying. I said, and I released a little publication on my Facebook, and I think my platform this morning, very early this morning. I said, it is time we open our own bakery. Let's open our own bakery, man. And it's a deep thing. I'm going to get there. What is Daddy Chris talking about? Open your own bakery. And I'm going to follow it clinically this morning until I get to where I am. So I said, some years ago, Nigerians, Africans watching me from wherever you are, some years ago, the Europeans, they gathered in Berlin. They have a map in their hand. And what they were looking at Africa. They barely know the place, but they were told that there's so many minerals there. There's something to get there. The very word of the king of Belgium is the one that is recorded in history. He said, I am going to go and take my own share of that magnificent African cake, because the African cake was there. It's still there. And I cannot tell you that when the Bible says that God is going to give you a promised land, I ask again and again, where is the promised land? The promised land is actually Africa. But the people in the promised land, I don't know whether they understand that. That will be a discussion for another day. But let's take on to this. The Europeans, they saw the promised land and they came. You see? And this is what I said. I said they carved at Africa like a magnificent cake, as the king of Belgium said it. Their mission was not to kill us. Though some people died. But their mission was not really to kill us. Why did the Europeans came? And I want to ask you that question as you watch me today. Why do you think they came to Africa? They saw a land flowing with milk and honey, and they helped themselves. Oh God, I like that. The Europeans saw a land flowing with milk and honey, and they helped themselves. If you see it somewhere, if you see a beautiful woman, if you see a beautiful woman, what do? You help yourself. You see a beautiful meal, what do? You eat and eat and eat. I don't think it's a sin to do so. That's what the Europeans saw. So they came, they saw a land flowing with milk and honey, and they helped themselves. Let me put it in a more simple way. They saw some part where they saw gold, like in Ghana today. They call it the Gold Coast. Because what you see there is gold. When you get there, what you're going to take out is gold. In some places, they saw ivory. What do they call it? They call it Ivory Coast. The Nigeria will call us today. They saw the River Niger. It's flowing. What a beautiful water. River. They call it Nigeria. Now, I'm asking, what is really bad? I'm still confused when we say, because today, we're going to find out that we need to move beyond the colonial time. Not as victims, but as victors. You better listen to me today, because you need to put your pen down and write, because it's a big lecture. They saw gold. They went for the gold. And they, like I said, they helped themselves. They saw ivory. What did they do? They went there and they helped themselves. Let me tell you this. These guys were not missionaries. It's sometimes stupid to call those people that brought Christianity to you, they were missionaries. No, they were entrepreneurs. They were entrepreneurs. Yeah, they came to give you Christianity, which you not carry today, or Islam, which you carry today. But these guys were entrepreneurs. What they saw in Africa were not people I want to give religion to. They were people, it was a land flowing with milk and honey, and they helped themselves. If you are the one, if you see gold that is on man, would you go there and take some? Now, the thing that happened is, yes, in an attempt to get those things, people were already there. They negotiated with you. Either you work with us, you work with us, because that was what was happening. Even then, Africans were still conquering themselves. You have the case of the Benin Kingdom conquering the whole place and making it their own. Of the other kingdom, that was what we were doing. So that was where they came. They came and they conquered some of the kingdom. Those that work with them, they work with. If you don't work with them, they will dethrone you. That was that time. Let us put it in context of that time, the civilization of that time. You go there, you conquer. There was no United Nations. There was nothing like countries being recognized that you cannot interfere into my land. No, you go. If you are more powerful, you take. That was what was happening. So they came, they conquered. Some of them, they work with the kings who want to work with them, and those who were stubborn, they dethrone. See, but the question is, what were they out there for? See, that's where I'm going. What were they there doing? So they just came and they just want to dethrone the king. What were they looking for? Yes, they colonized us. What were they looking for? Is it for Christianity? Are you stupid? They came to do business. It was the minerals they saw that brought them to Africa. What is the land that is flowing with milk and honey? They help themselves. And if you're an obstacle, based on the existing rules then, if we're to be now, I'm sure the whole world will be frowning. Wait, why do you go to a country and just begin? Look at Donald Trump said he's going to come and help us. And the whole world is saying, you don't have right to go there. Because China is not talking. The world is not communicating. The world is not a global village. As at that time, nobody had this communication team. So if you have power, you go and take. That was the context. Let us understand colonialism from that context. There was nothing like a United Nations that recognized every nation, that we cannot interfere with it. So it was then, if you have more power, you take. And that was a beautiful time. So the European came. The question I keep asking you is, they didn't hate your king. They didn't come to kill your king. They didn't come to kill your people. They came to do business. Write it down. They came to do business. And now, let me get it. This is where I'm coming from. Where I come from, in my part of the country, they built companies like the AT&P. They established the Leventis. And Shell is still here. My brother, let us spend some time here. Let me share some of these images with you. Guy, this is Shell. Shell is there now, even after colonial time. They were there before, they were there during the time, and because what are they still doing there? No, let's remove Shell first. I'll bring back Shell. Let me bring the one that interests me more. This is the one that interests me more. They call it the AT&P. You know, I talk about this every day. It's called the African Timber and Plywood Limited. This is not my brand. This is their brand. I picked them online as it is. So I didn't make this up. This was the brand they used then when they were in charge. When the British were in charge in Nigeria, if you look at Ghana, you'll be able to tell me what they built there, what they took there, and how they worked. But in my place, where I come from, where I'm familiar with, I'm going to use my own story. I'm from Niger Delta. I'm from the Sapele region. So I'm going to use that region now to tell you what I've seen. They set up the AT&P. Now, what did they do? They could see that we have wood. I mean, wood. We had it, and we still have it now. What did they do? They came, they set up sawmills. Let me share this image with you. Kai, look at it. This was what we were seeing when we were growing up. These were logs. And it's not like now. Look at the way they were being transported then. They were transported through the rivers. They would go into the sawmill, they will saw, they will take the best of it. And let me show you some of the produce. These are some of the things you see. I'm sure many of you in the UK today, even if you look at your ties, they are made from this kind of wood. We still have ties. In fact, I think my floor here is still made of wooden ties. These were some of the products. Actually, this is made from Morocco. Now, you see, my point is this. These guys, they came. Why were they there? They came to do business with you. And they didn't come to kill you. They set up this brand. That was the branding. They came up with a factory. And they were taking out this. This is where I grew up in Nigeria. I'm going to ask those of you watching me today, is this still possible? Take a look at what happened in your area. Now, I can only talk about mine because I have that history in my palm. As a child growing up, I'm talking, because I'm not reading books now. I'm talking what I saw. So it becomes my own. When I will present this story to my children, I'll be telling my children what I went through, what I saw, not what I was told. That's how old men talk. Now, this is not all they did. See how the British inspired me. They inspired me. And if you watch this show to the end, you will see how a man that has been inspired by this creativity. This is not exploitation. This is not colonialism. For me, this is creativity. They came, they saw what is on the land. They negotiated with you. Of course, there was no law banning people not to do things then. There was no United Nations. Everybody could take. If you can, you're more powerful, you take. Morally, it may be wrong, yes, but if you are more powerful then, that was the law. Nobody was stopping anybody. If you are more powerful, you go and take the other kingdom. We were doing it in Africa too. So they came, they took. They had the gunpowder. We didn't have that. So they were able to conquer us. Why we blame them for that atrocity, but there wasn't nothing that stopped them from doing what they did. All right, I'm not defending colonialism, but I'm just saying it for what it is. That was what happened. And this is not all they set up. They went as far as talking. If for those of you that are watching me today, I don't know. Many of us didn't really see Leventis. I didn't enjoy it. Leventis. In those days, if you want to shop, that's where you go to. And I remember there were some brand of shoes we were wearing Bata shoe. Can you remember when we were going to school? There was a brand of, in fact, in my primary schools, and I didn't wear shoe in my primary school. When we get to secondary school, they made it a must that we must wear one buckle, double buckle. That was oh, children, ask your papa what to be double buckle. That was what we wore. I'm going to bring it on the show tomorrow. All right, double buckle. And some of those things, they were made by the British. And if you want to get them, there is a place you get them. It's called 11Ts. That was like our supermarket. For those of you of this generation, the South Africans are doing it now. They are not colonizing you. Are you fighting South Africa today? Because today you have ShopRite. Are you fighting South Africa colonizing you? Let me understand you then. Because Leventis is not different from ShopRite today. ShopRite is there to do business. It's a creativity. Now the South Africans saw the potential in Nigerian state. What did they do? I'm sure they are white South Africans. Tell me for free. It's not a black man that is doing it. I'm going to reveal all that one in the next show. Not today. Okay. When I talk, you guys are going to be angry. But maybe when you are more angry, that's what's going to wake you up. South Africans, ShopRite, and Leventis are quite similar. It's just South Africa now is more modern. Leventis was then. But they have something in common. They saw that there's a market to be exploited, and they are taking advantage of it. South African has seen it, the way the British saw it, and they are doing it. Hello? Are you under the colonization of South Africa? That's a question for you to answer. Answer your children, not me. Don't talk to me. I am of my age that the K don't care anymore. Anything that happened today, I'm ready to go. But I'm asking you, ask your children. That was Leventis. Today is ShopRite. Now, as if those ones are too old. Wait. You know, as we fight these things, we need to be clever. Now, let's take a look at the best one. This is the one. In fact, this is the one that is making me cry most. Until they came, we never knew we had oil. Somebody else came, found out that we have oil in our land. They drilled it. And as I'm speaking to you now, they are still the one drilling it and taking it away. Not yesterday, today. Now, Shell has been there since 1957. Before the independence, we had Shell. Because they were the one that saw it and they drilled the oil. Yes, now. And they are still the one drilling the oil today. Now, is that what you call colonization? Because the British are gone. So you say the colonial masters are gone. You want to rule yourself. They're giving you power. Now rule yourself. But are you the one exploiting the oil? Are you the one that drew the oil from the ground? I'm sure you are not. Right. So when they said, oh yeah, give Tinubu go construct road. The one that said give Obori go construct the remaining road. Bros, I'm not angry. I'm not going to attack you guys today. But I'm just talking in context because that's where I am today. You know what is so sad? That is the story of the Europeans coming to Africa. Are you guys with me? This is how they came and they conquered. Call it whatever name you call it colonization. That is beautiful. Now, but today, let me remove this British thing from there. Let me bring something in. I need to share you. I'm going to use one word. I didn't know why. I didn't remember. I didn't remember to put this image. You understand? You know, I'm going to just try and share this with you so it makes more sense. You understand? It makes more sense. I don't think I will be allowed to use this image, but I'll see because I have these images to help me make my point this morning. You see, other than this today, what do we have? Because there is a new story going on. The new story of my time, young people, is a different story. This is the story of my time. Now, Africans are coming to Europe. And this is how we are coming. Hello? Today, Africans are coming to Europe. And this is how we are coming in numbers. Now, the campaign is every right-wing government of our time, even Donald Trump is one of them. They are talking how they're going to reduce immigrants. And this thing is appealing to their people. Why not? You see, that's why I titled today's show, it is time we open our own bakery. Now, when you come like this, look at that man raising his hand up. Hello, big boy. Yes, sir. You are President Obama. Oh my God. You see, my people, this is a difficult time in our history. We need to deal with this. Now we are coming to Europe today. Unfortunately, this is the scenario. This is the picture. And there's an issue. You see, we want to be sentimental, right? Can I say this? Maybe yes, we should face it for what it is. Today, we are the cleaners. See this picture you see now. When they get to Europe, what will they become? They become the cleaners, the carers, the security guards, and the drivers. That's what we do. When you see out of every 10 black men you see in Europe, only one will be out. The remaining 9 are people like this. They're either cleaners, carers, drivers, and you know those positions in society. So now they call us immigrants, and rightly so we are. Do you know why? Because that's what we are. That's the position we put ourselves. And the sad thing in Europe is we are now competing to eat their food. Let me give you a little bit of an opposite. When the European came, they didn't come to compete with what we already produce from the land. They saw something and they brought it out. They added, they contributed to labor, they contributed creativity, they contributed a lot. That was how they were able to get this wood they took out. No, let's be sincere today. We're going to deal with it for what it is. They didn't come there and saw this kind of wood. They never saw that kind of factory. They created it. The question I ask is, when we now come to Europe, now that it's our time, now that we're coming to Europe, what are we doing really? We're actually cleaners. We just come here, give me, I will take, give me, I will take, give me, I will take. The critical question I'm going to ask is, why are we coming as workers when we could be coming as owners? Because when they came and they own it. You see this company they created, the AT&P, the Leventis. Actually, AT&P was a British part of the British establishment. Actually Leventis was actually a Greek company. I'm going to bring you the story about that. Of course, today we know that Shell is still a British company. Anyway, what I'm trying to say now is this. They came to own a piece of the land. They work for it too. But when we come here, we come in to be beggars. I don't know how we manage to lack the creativity that I'm looking for. Ooh. I am saying that the doors is now open, my people. Don't even start it. Don't start it. And I'm going to start with this. For many of you that doesn't know, please take a screenshot of this page and share it, this very page. In the UK, the door is wide open. For instance, An innovator visa requires one to open a company which takes you less than 20 minutes to do, and you invest capital. Oh, I'm talking not yesterday in the UK, today. You that is willing to come to UK, you can open a company. You just call somebody, or you are here, they will open the company for you. I'm sure if you go to British Embassy and you ask them, they will tell you. So if you are being scammed, ask them, how do I open a company in the UK? It doesn't take more than a day. Highest now, they are doing some, in those days, it's really, you can walk away with it. But today, they will do some of your identity check. That's what they do to us now. Otherwise, the company is ready. All you need to invest. Now, let me tell you this. For those of you looking for visa, oh, I want to relocate to the UK. I want to relocate to the UK. Do you know that if you open a company in the UK today and you put a minimum investment of £200,000, you and your family will be relocated to the UK. That is, you are now having a visa to come in as an innovator. I want you to listen to this. You don't need to be looking for visa to come or begin to go through the sea like we see now. See this image? No. You can come as an innovator with a significant investment of just say £200,000. I know when I say £200,000, it looks very large for the poor masses. I understand that. But is it true that we don't have people who can invest this amount of money? I'm sure we do. And I can tell you that 25%, if not 40% of Nigerians can afford this money. But what have we done with it? This is a serious matter. You see, when I was telling that our problem is not Boko Haram in the bush, and it is these elites, you guys will see where I'm going now. Can we invest this amount of money? Yes. But are we doing it? The answer is no. Have you think of the kind of investment we have in Europe? I'm coming slowly to that. Like what I said, why this money may look substantial for some people. Now, I want to talk to you, my people. This is serious. This is serious. I said, please look around you today. For those of us in the UK, in London, I don't know about you guys. If you are not in London, you might not understand what I'm going to talk about now. But if you're in London, you have been to what I call the roadside. These are kind of, they sell newspapers, food and wine. You know, you get it all across London. Anybody that knows me, I've been crying about this. And it doesn't mean anything for us black people, Africans. But I can challenge you today that 90%, if not 99, if not 100% of these supermarkets in London, the street ones, are owned by people of Indian and Pakistani descent. Is it true or false? Is it true, sir? Is it a lie? In those days, so wait till I'm saying something now. The British went to Africa, they conquered, they established, and they did it. But you know, when you open this business in the UK, you are now able to generate a significant amount of money that you can actually bring your family, because you are now earning a lot of money. The British government will give your visa, your family visa, boza, anytime you ask for visa for them. The people they refuse visa, they don't refuse Dangote visa. Oh, it's poor people that they refuse visa. Hello? America will never refuse Dangote visa. You know why? Because Dangote have the financial way. They know you're coming to contribute to the economy. Your visa will never be refused. So if you are already in the UK and in your time, I'm looking for the Igbo man. I don't know what happened to them. Even Igbo man could not be an Igbo man in London. All those Igbo creativity, one of the child, now they want to end them. You not carry and come this place where they. Why is it that I cannot see this typical Igbo culture? When you go open one shop, you will open the next shop for a brother, another brother will open. So they begin to dominate the street. They will have Igbo street. If we're in those days, there would have been Igbo street in London. Don't worry, our people are also dance. They tie rapper. As I'm talking to you now, they are tying rapper to win the next election. UP. I will talk, man of this. Nigerians. This is my concern today. In those days, when I came to London newly, what you see most of them doing, the Indians, they have the mini cabs, you know, they have yes, they were having mini cabs, but today they've actually graduated. It is the uneducated ones, I want to say, that are still doing this. They've moved on to owning law firms, account firms. You know what I'm going to tell you most, what I love so much? For those of you driving in London, when you drop in every filling station, who is the man serving finished? Who is the man at the counter? It's either India and Pakistan. I'm saying this again. Now hear me well. If you stop in a filling station to buy fuel in London, when you finish filling your car, if you go to pay, 90%, other than when you see Tesco or Sainsbury filling station, which are rare, go to Shell, go to all the other filling stations. Also, all of them you will see, they are Indians. There's no single African there. And I'm saying this with all, Mona asked me, I go open book for her. There is no African man there. Now, as if that one is not bad enough. Have you been to the post office to post a letter? Because the last time I checked, I have a post office in Golders Green. I used to live in Edmonton. All the people working in there, they are Indians. There is no single African there. Who owns the post office? It's owned by Indian people. You know, do you want us to go further? Let's add more to it. You know, in the UK, we got something called the general practice, GP, which is the primary healthcare here. My primary healthcare is owned by an Indian man. It was the Indian man that only one I had in Edmonton. And when I now moved to Northwood now, it's still an Indian man that owns it. Hey! I'm looking around, I'm asking, where are my people? Did you guys ever even study medicine? Have you been to a chemist to buy medicine in London? Chemist. Have you been there? Look at it now. Who are the people serving you in the chemist? Look at it, ask yourself. They're Indians, Pakistani. The question I ask Africans is, who did this to us? You know what? So that I will bring the disgrace so quick. The business we have in UK, really, in America and everywhere in the world, in any business we have, is one. Now let's clap for Wike and his family. I'm coming back just to let you know, it's not as if we don't have money. Or so if we say we don't have money, it would have been nice. You see, that's all I can tell you. Read it. Have you read this parable? There's one parable I love in the Bible when Jesus Christ was describing the kingdom of heaven. He described the story of a master who have 3 servants, and he gave them equal amount, the money according to their capabilities. Some he gave 10, one he gave 10, one he gave 5, one he gave 1. The one he gave 10 invested the money and doubled it. The one he gave 5 invested it and doubled his money. The one he gave 1, he went and buried it. He said, you master, when you come, take your money. You know why it is so sad? If it is true that we can spend $1 million on this, $1 million is enough to turn the world around. But you just buried it down like that person giving one cent in America, one tenant, and then he's giving it back to the master because this house is not going to multiply. It's there. You're not even staying there, so the value is actually going down. And when the master came, what did he say? He said, "We'll go to hell with you. Why would I have given my money to you? I would have better give it in a bank, and it will double." I'm comparing what you are doing wicked to the kingdom of God. This is the story of the African wealthy. And 90% stole this money. They didn't even make it. They stole the money. It's stolen money. Today, I'm talking to people in Europe, in America. They know what I'm saying. And you in Africa, you get to listen to this. You know, I'm going to say this to you guys. Let me throw one question to you. I bet Google, how much is the diaspora remittance in Nigeria today? Oh, they say we remitted about $25,000. We contribute the third to the Nigerian GDP. Rubbish. That is an insult to what we could be remitting today. If you don't understand, I'm going to ask you, how much does the worker make? If you work in a place and they can pay you £2,000 in a month, imagine how much that person that owns the company is making. The question I ask you is, where is your company? You're an African man. Where's your company here? I've been describing, you see, if you can open this in London, you know how much you'll be making. You'll not be making £10,000 a month. If you're making 50,000, that would be small money. And in that case, only one person, imagine the number, if we had a lot of this, like the Indians now have it, imagine how much the Indians are remitting home. Imagine how much the Indians are remitting home. The same way they colonize us, that's how they colonize them. So, if we want to blame this on colonization, it is fair. But what is the difference between this and this? And this? This is sad. This is sad. I'm trying to get so that we have time to look at it. The money that we could use to build hospitals, and schools. I'm not saying on my show I've been saying invest in Nigeria. You know, even if you steal money, I always say to all my leaders, even the ones in my place, I want to talk to those of you. I'm afraid because most of you, if I want to call him now, only my brother name they call. But all these them Ukowa, all these them Iburi, all these them Udwan, they have served. We know they made away. You guys made away with a lot of money. We are not fighting you. We are not even angry. The question is, if you had invested this money on what the British saw, what made them came to Africa would have been interesting. That is one thing I've been talking about. They set up the AT&P, brother. They have the share, brother. Now, don't tell me Dangote now have a refinery. But all the money you made, sir, we're not even asking you to bring the money. Did you invest in all these things and we are angry with you? Then we are the cause of our problem. We can't see one single investment other than the next election. Come and vote for me. The only investment you have made, you have a big name, you can oppress people, you can ring the next election and remain in power. So the only time you're calling me to come and fight for you is when the other man don't defeat you or you are about to defeat the other man. Hello, do I look stupid? You are a curse to this generation. Not because of your making. Maybe it's time for you to change, sir. Because you can turn this tide around. Now, that is the one I'm talking about. I've been crying here talking about what stopped us from being like Dangote in our time. Now, the question today is not about Dangote. I'm asking you, why can't you be an Indian man? You see this stupid man called Wicked? £1 million will open a big school in America. And if you open a school in America, do you know how much the school fees is? I am opening my own academy in London right now. I'm struggling. But if you can, do you know how much you will make? Because a school fees here is 16,000 pounds per one child. These foolish people, I'm going to show you when the children came to graduate. This might be a graduation. They come to graduate here. They don't ask, okay, this place I'm sending my child to go and even study. What are the process of opening a school there? Because you couldn't open school in Nigeria now. You cannot still open here and make money. Must you be a course? Now, they say you send people to abroad for treatment. Buhari died here. Even if you cannot open hospital home, can you open the hospital here? Because there is actually money to be made here. That is what I'm saying today. That you can make so much money in Europe. Not as workers, not as slaves, but as an investor. Do you understand me, people? I am crying. My soul is weeping, Nigerians. Africans, I'm in tears. That in my time, our story is the story of people that come to Europe to buy houses which they don't use. They buy cars they don't use. They take women they don't need. When the Indians abuse it, taking the whole street, buying the whole houses, now making it their own. Guess what? The mayor of London today is still an Indian man. We just had a prime minister from India. Where are we? Oh, now the next thing Africa is going to tell me is so they colonize us. It's colonial time. Hey, they colonized these people too. Look at them here. They were colonized like you. I'm happy I have some. You see, the good thing I do is I try to make it so that you can relate to it quickly. That's how I present my shows. And if you don't understand it, you are lying. You're not being honest. You're deceiving yourself. And nobody can help you. If you need help, this is how you get help. You can get it now. So look at us. In this dispensation, where an Indian man is a prime minister here, if you say they dethrone your king, come and dethrone the prime minister now. Do it legally. They did it legally there because there was no law that stopped them. They wouldn't have done it. Had it been we had United Nations, and the United Nations say you cannot do this, they wouldn't have. They understand the law. Now the law allows you to come to the UK, have your kids in the UK. I just watched the football match yesterday. I go back and I watch the match of England, and I saw what Eze and Saka did. They are of Nigerian descent. Does that stop them from playing in the English league? Or that stop them from representing England? Are you living in the past or you're in the present? Nigerians, it is time we start baking our own bread. We need our own bakery right now. We need our bakery. You know what is sad? If this thing is not doable, I will understand. People like the Wiki, they might not know it. They are the modern sponsors of our misery. The fuel instability. You see that little man called Aerofire. The other one called Tinubu. The other one called what's this other man name? Atiku. All these are the cabals. If you ask them what they have done with their money, sir, you see, maybe I don't even care how much you stole. I'm only interested in how you spend the money that you have stolen. And this is with all sincerity. Supposing the money you stole, you come and open a large supermarket in the UK. Now, in the UK, let me tell you this, for those of us here, you can even imagine how much Asda makes in a day. Asda. Hello? Can you imagine how much Asda is making in a day? Or the network of Asda in the United Kingdom. Can you imagine how much they are making in a day? Yeah. I can't tell Dangote to come here because he has a lot to do in Africa, creating jobs for us. Otherwise, all the money, this fool have here now. You see this fool now, it's not going to go back home with the money. It's not as if he's making money here. He and the children are in Nigeria again looking for money to come and spend in the United States. We don't say you cannot make money, sir. But can you even invest it? What are you doing with the house you don't need? Imagine that money put into a big, and even if you cannot be like Tesco and Asda. Have you seen what the Turkish are doing? The Turkish have taken over Edmonton. I used to live in Edmonton. They've taken over with their restaurant and everything. We are not eating Turkish food, though. You know, there's nothing a black man will not like. Oh, will they go carry me? Will they go Turkey? What are we good at? What can we be remembered for, my generation? Our kids going to do better. And the only way I'm going to make our kids do better is to inspire them with this. We're not going to be those that are called to the table. We are going to be those who are inviting people to the table. You see, when you open a company, you tell people to work in your own terms. I can tell you, I'm one of them. I have companies. I'm not doing well, though. My companies are struggling because I lack the funding, I lack the resources. And I'm not a very good money spender. Agree. But this is the decrease. You know how many companies I have opened here? Because that's me. I can't work for you. You know why? It's just a stubbornness. Because I know that you cannot be rich from working. You're deceiving yourself. In fact, it's not my father never even taught me that. Where's the little business you've created, brother? My sister, where's your little business? You've been in the UK for years. You've been in Nigeria. I don't even talk about them. For those of us who, now we fall our hand. I want to give credit to those people who are at least been able to open an African market, open an African restaurant. Thank you. Nigerian restaurant. Thank you. And now see Tasty is now growing. If you go to Tasty now, you see people going there to take food. That food should not be only for Nigerians. The only reason you could see, because if you see where Tasty is, it's a small shop, not visible. If you give it that visibility with proper investment, every tribe, every nation will enter Tasty. With what I tasted there, we all enter there to eat. We're not going to be able to fight it with a kiosk. Have you seen how even the Turkish restaurants look like? They are massive. If you go in, you know. They welcoming alone. The waiters, the way they are dressed. Hello? I'll go talk woman and others. You see, and Africans don't even know how to come together to do things. This one will open his small dead corner. This one will open another dead corner. This one will open another dead corner. Divided, you fall. You're stupid. And you have disgraced yourself. If you had come together, you would do something with one mighty blow. I'm not even going to blame those who are struggling here. Let me ask those who have stolen our money. Oh, you made your money, sir. No problem. It's your money. But, sir, can you help to lift the black man from where we are now? From this story. Because are you proud? You, Tinubu, are you happy to hear this? Atiku, are you happy to see? Obasanjo, are you not crying when you see this? Your own people, this is the image we see on the global television. The next one we'll see is this one. Meanwhile, we are the most talented human beings on earth. The reason I know is once an African man is given a chance, they explode. The only area you see us doing things today, the only area you see a black man doing anything reasonable is in the area of sports, entertainment, because that is a physical thing. The last time I checked, when you want to see a black man, go to the Olympics. Because that is individual skill. No matter how much you pump, the individual skill will come in. That's why we are there. Have you seen them competing with us in the Olympics? No. And they're going to say, oh, they are Americans. No, they are black. They are Africans. You know what I mean? They are Africans. You see, Usain Bolt, they are Africans. Go and compete with them. So if we are that talented in that area, don't you think we have the mental capability to do things? Now, who is reducing it? Again, I want to blame fools like Wicked. They don't know what they're doing. See, Jesus Christ was saying, forgive them, Lord, because they don't know what they're doing. It's not time to beat Wike up. Yesterday, I was seeing the new trouble he got himself into, and I just feel sorry for the guy. He's that kind of uncle. You see, a reasonable and intelligent man won't be shouting like that. You want to just showcase power. I'm going to make calls. You stupid. He's timid. The man is confused. He has mental issue. If I swear, if they test Wike mental problem, he must have one issue or the other. And it's not his fault. So we need to help him. Wike is the kind of man you now put down and say, bros, all the money you got from the state, you wrote to me, you are one of them too. Odile, you are one of them. Fubara, don't end up like them. Because the amount of money that goes into Rivers State, that the governors are now becoming God. That's why they cannot allow Fubara to stay too long, because Fubara knows how much that will come in. They know how much Fubaras can get. It's a bloody rich state. That's why in any election, they say something and it happens. These boys are rich. Do you know how much Ibori got? Do you know how much Odoa got? That little man. Okowa wants to be vice president. They need to tell you the amount of money that goes into those states. The question is, what have they done with it? I'm talking to them right now. You see this Akpabio? Because another state is Akwa Ibom. If they tell you how much goes in there, now you're not ashamed. One of your mates, Tinubu, has been able to use the money to gather momentum, and is now president. Of course, you guys not going to work together. You're going to fight yourself, right? You're divided already. God punish you already. Between Wike running for president, man. You see, and I'm going to present the show next week. I'm going to define power. I've done it before, but I'm going to redefine power. As I'm talking to you now, God said to me, Daddy, please tell them, you don't need to be president to be a powerful man. Oh, God. Let me repeat that. You don't need to be the president of Nigeria to be a powerful man. Tinubu is not as powerful as Dangote. Now put the glass on my eye. Hear me well. President Tinubu is not as powerful as Dangote. You know why? In another few years, Tinubu will be out of the place. Where is Obasanjo? Now let me talk to you guys. Obasanjo has served as president. Where is he? Is this relevant today? No. Goodluck Jonathan has served as president. Where is it? He's still running around that carnival. They all make some stupid comment. Soneka, all of them. But Dangote remained a relevant man. Try Dangote anywhere. So why are we only focused? Why is our brain alone on getting it? We're not going to come to that. That's actually, it doesn't debate me. But that's a topic, that's a discussion for another day. You are not relevant. You can be relevant. You don't need to be a governor to be relevant. Yes, maybe governor gives you the first money to start. It's not going to keep the money. The money will not be kept. Ibori will be broke today if he's not getting more money from the state, from one place or the other. Odua, you see now, he's dead. If Obori will not send something to them, Odua will come out. That is why, let me repeat it, that is why Okowa must maintain the governorship for some time. The day Obori will leave there, we're not going to remember, we're not going to say Obori will not human being again. You can misbehave now, do what you want now. If you're going to be relevant tomorrow, this is the part of relevance. There's nothing wrong. Igbo men, when the non serve finish, they're going to be Igbo man. That's why I like Peter Obi. He was able to walk away and he's not doing his own business. If Peter don't come back, he's still going to do well. Hey, guys. May God touch these people and make them understand that I wish the day I sit Ibori down, I'll tell him, bros, you are important today, but you're not. Because the last time I hear Ibori is only when the election won't come again. Bros, it's wrong. Do you know you can do things that you will be relevant now and forever? I'm not the one to prove it. Dangote has proven it. That you don't need to be in power or in so-called stupid governor to be the man. Can you do anything without calling Dangote now? Can you do a thing without calling Dangote? I beg you. That's why I want to say something to the young musicians. When I see Davido, I'm just looking that, but maybe because his father taught him business. You know, Davido is not going to end up like any of you. That boy is going to expand in a way you will never believe. One is creating public relationship, that is one. He's associating, and that boy can invest outside music so that when he's no more even singing, he's going to be there. Because the brand is going to be there. Do you exist, my people? Have you seen why footballers in Nigeria are not relevant tomorrow? Have you seen Okocha, the greatest footballer of our time? Okocha is the most talented footballer the world has ever seen. All he can do now is run around Nigerian NFF. The boy was even careful. He was trying to invest. But you can imagine his level. But you still have claims. You cannot invest in properties and say, this is how we're going to sell them. Now, see, ordinary properties doesn't grow you. Dangote did not invest in properties. He took risk. He took risk. Question I want to ask the footballers in Europe. I'm going to talk to you guys now. Because I've been talking to poor people in Europe who didn't do anything. What about you that have money? You're in football now. Because if you don't do what I say now, you're going to end up going to NFF tomorrow. That will not be that decrease, it will be you. The next time I like to talk to these footballers, I don't want to talk to them. The same to you, those of you who are musicians who think you are relevant today. Now for waste your time. Genevieve, now if you want to call her for any movie, now expired one. She's out of the scene. Now young girls now, and she be the hottest girl in Hollywood. You're joking. She's now a mama in Hollywood. Age, come. There's something you're gonna do. But in this your time, footballer, let me stay with you for some minutes. In this your time that you are making money. Why don't you just watch what this young boy just tried to do? He opened filling stations. What is wrong now? If Osimhen is now a brand, Kai, young man, I'm talking to you, son. Because I don't want you to end up like them. You are not a brand. What is wrong? If you begin to see things now, outside is your football, and within this football, the last time I saw Kano now recruiting talent around the world, I said, you are late, sir. It's myopic, it's little. You are just struggling to survive. Kano, Kano. Of course, these are young people that jump into fame. Now, football, they know no proper advice. I wish they can listen to what I'm saying today. They will teach their children. And Osimhen is the one I'll be talking to. Osimhen, go and look at your predecessors. Look at them. The last time we saw the death of Peter Rufai, Nigerian government not going to send money for the burial. I saw this man crying. Taribo was saying, no, he's not going to allow him to play for Nigeria. No, it might not the case, Taribo. You see, the fact is that the time you guys were there, you guys didn't understand what is called the power. You were in Europe, and they came to your land. They carried you to Europe to come and play football, and you are making so much money. You didn't think along that line that I'm going to bring other people when I'm not here, that I'm going to make money from them. Or I'm going to do something different. I'm not in the football field. What kind of people are we? Who are we? You see, in my show, and nobody watch me because they will know that I will poison you. But if you go home, you will be blessed. I swear. I'm not ordinary. One, I have age on my side. I have experience. And everything I talk about is real. I'm not guessing. I'm going to try and take a break. because I have 1 hour to do my show and I've done it. When I come back, I'm going to recap what I've been saying. And maybe it's going to make a little more sense then. But the only question I ask today, my people, is this. As a man, the first thing you ask yourself is, how am I going to maintain the position I am today? Because the people that actually have problems are those who have made it. If I've never made money before, who cares? If I'm not the governor before, who cares? No, I feel sorry for Wike. If tomorrow, Tinubu just say, get out of office, what will you do? He's going to go back to that River State. And Adibin is not in Abuja. This guy put him for prison now. The only luck Wike have is that he has supported Tinubu. Tinubu is still in power. He's sustaining him. He's able to oppress Fubara. If not, Fubara would have put Wike in prison. And Wike is going to happen very soon. That you're going to be on exile. You're going to be, you see, where's that other man? Where's your brother? Your senior man, the one you took over from. Rotimi, na corner the waka now. When he was Minister for Transport, he was behaving as if it's important. Today now he's calling on us. Who is he to even run for president of Nigeria? I don't understand these guys, man. What is your pedigree? Who are you? Who are you? And now you want to be president, fine. So tell us who you are. These are village boys, so in those days we call them Jaguda, street boys. That out of power, they managed to go to one school and they got to power. And they forgot because they lack all the creativities that would have been needed. The question I ask is, if Rotimi is a human being, all the money he made from River State when he was governor, instead of pumping it into elections again, where is his refinery? Is he going to be more relevant than Dangote tomorrow? Rotimi, let me tell you this. Obasanjo is not as relevant as Dangote. Put my name down. When they're writing the most richest people in the world today, in Africa, Dangote is coming number 1 now. Dangote. Was he a governor? No. Was he a president? No. Who was he? And if Dangote want to move more, the guy is just being conservative. If he had invested in Europe, if Dangote wallet would have been bigger than what it is now. You know why I'm sad? My topic today is not really to tell you how to invest, but to tell you that we have a problem. The white people came to our land. They saw what we have. They invested and took it home. Now there is opportunity to invest in Europe. The Indians are doing it. And you will be making, if that, I can see Nigeria, one good investment here, we're making £1 million a day. £1 million a day. That will solve our problem. It's not going to happen there. This is where the money is now. Because this is it. You don't have the resources to tap what you have from your ground. We are going there. But now, there's quick money here. Just the way they came. And they set up this. Counter it, my people. Set up your own. Let us see what you have. Show what you have to the rest of the world. Show that we are not animals, that we are human beings. That we can do things when the need arises. I'm going to go on a quick break. When I come back, I'm going to wrap up the show. It's a great day. My name is Daddy Chris. Deal with me anytime. If I said something to offend you, I'm sorry. But if I said something you need to learn from today, please grab it. Because I don't talk for myself. Sometimes when I'm here, the Spirit is coming to me and I'll pour it out. God bless you. Don't go away. Stay with me.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV real estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190 or email us at realestate@superiorradiotelevision.com. SRTV Chocolate Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
A very big welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What I was trying to say to you is oh my God, let me say this. You know, I've been talking about what the individuals can do in terms of our creativity. The question is, what can our government do? My people, what can our government actually do in terms of our creativity? You know, I've been crying, I've been shouting, and I have, you guys, those of you who have watched my show, I've never seen Tinubu as a president. I've never seen Oboribori as a governor. Why? Not because they are not actually spending money on development, what you guys call development, infrastructure. But that's not my governance. My governance is, how do you double the money that you have? That is when you are a blessing to us. May God bless you. Bless us. You have been made a president, Tinubu. We want to see the economy of Nigeria double, not artificially, like what you are doing now. Not influencing the figure, telling them we are growing. This is stupidity, sir. You know what we want to see? We want to see real investment. Now, will it be out of place, Tinubu? God. Let me say this. Will it be out of place if today there is a brand called Niger market all over Europe, Niger market? You see, in Niger market alone, oh God. Then you sell only Nigerian products and services, and you sell other products. You come and compete with bigger market. We have oil. If we want to do this market, we make it Afro market. This is the African market. Not that the African people, they are too divided to think along this line, though. But you know what we do? Meaning the whole product of Africa will not be there. And then we'll add the Europeans and other products. That would be the best shop in the world. If you come to Tesco here now, or if you go to Sainsbury's, which is just by my side here, they have a place for the continental food. There's a name they call it. It's exotic. It's always expensive. But now you opening it especially for that. Some people don't go there for this. They go there for that because they're buying it there. I bought fufu. I bought Ghana fufu from Sainsbury's now. There is no shop where it is. There's no African shop that is global that where you can buy African fufu. See, they sold their brand. I always dream of this African market where you have African clothing on one side, African food on one side, African minerals on one side, all kind of things on side, and then actually have African restaurant. To a place where you go and you buy African things, and not only African things, then you can do other things. Do you know how much that will be making? £1 million a day, if we can establish it well. Where is it, sir? Where is the president? What are the president doing? Is it that decrease? How much do I have to open that when the whole country has been given to you? See, that's why you're not my president. That's why you're not my governor. You are a daft. in my book. It's not about, I saw the new thing sent to me today. Tinubu is now constructing the road from Badagry to where now? I just saw the thing. I think from Badagry to Sokoto or where, which is good. Infrastructure, open trade. Trade, what kind of trade are you trading? I always say you're going to invest that amount of money on construction of road when there is not even nothing to sell. How about starting with investing? Let the company begin to produce this thing before you begin. You'll be surprised that the money from the company will be constructing the roads. Are you people okay? Why are you going to maintain that road? How do you plan to maintain the road, sir? The one that's going from Lagos to Calabar, how you want to maintain that? Tell me. Maybe I don't understand. Where's the money to maintain it? Suppose you stop tomorrow. How are you going to maintain it? Man, leave this people. You are not wicked. You are wicked to yourself. Is this what the British did? Is it how they do it? I just want to understand. When I talk about last time I was talking in my show and I said people don't understand what is development. They were telling me, what is development? If construct on the road, I say it be akpa. And look at the level of person talking to me. I just pass up. I don't even exchange words. Because you have a clue what I'm talking about. Today, not only that we are begging for share to come back to Warri. That's the most annoying thing I've ever heard. Oh, we want to attract the foreign companies back. That's all I ever hear from Warri. Oh, we want the companies to come back to Delta State. Warri will be this again. I'm confused. Warri, where is the one you created? Instead of constructing road, there it was share, create share. There was refinery, Dangote, create refinery. Let it be your problem. That is development. Now, what they took from us, we own it. Like I said again, if Delta State have a bigger brand here and we are making money and bringing it to Delta State, will it be out of place? They came, they took from us, they set up AT&P. It is near you, sir. AT&P didn't fly from you. Now today, all of you talking to me today, watching me today, are happy to go to I know you just came from ShopRite. Akpa like you just came from ShopRite. You are celebrating. Oh, I was in ShopRite. All our young girls. Take me to ShopRite. ShopRite. Where is your own ShopRite? Now, South Africa can't open ShopRite for Nigeria. Where is Nigerian ShopRite in South Africa? Where is our ShopRite here? That is the language I'm speaking of. Is it really difficult? Is that rocket science? What I'm talking about now, is it rocket science? Because the last time I checked, the Indians are doing it here and they are making a lot of money. And in fact, they are talking about immigrants today. They are talking about black people. But Indians are contributing to the economy. They are no more their problem. It's Africans they talk about because we don't contribute. I asked them, what does it cost Ibori if you want to open this kind of companies? What does it cost Ibori to open a refinery? Bros, you want me to borrow, we'll borrow for you. That's why I ask Yoruba people. When they fight, and they come to honor tomorrow, you're trying to win the next election. Nothing here. Nothing here. That one a socio-cultural group, nothing there inside. Nothing's empty. You see why I don't talk? It is an empty place. It's a waste of my time to be there. I am already from the place, I can't disown it. Even though it's a waste of my time. What am I doing there? A people that can create and create and create. They are busy waiting. They are busy. You see, I'm talking to the younger generation. We have failed you. Those of us who are in the low class, even when we got here, we couldn't even try to say, oh, I don't work small. Make I open one small shop. Because that is how a man should work, should think in his life. I've been working for you. I want to have my own. Because how do you make money that you are paying me? I want to make and pay people. You may even fail. Oscar Brown said, I may not make it if I try, but sure won't if I don't. Let me repeat that. I may not make it if I try, but sure won't if I don't. Meaning, if you don't try, it is risky. But it is deadly not to take the risk. You are a shame already. You are a failure already if you don't take the risk. Dangote didn't take a risk. So when he started opening the refinery, he's 100% sure he's going to make money. But look at the refinery today. Yeah. When I come on this show every day, I wake up in the morning, dress up, my little clothes, and I come here to talk to you guys. I'm not a joker. And it's sad that this is the generation I find myself, and we are not ready to learn. It's not rocket science what I have talked about today. In fact, I am just saying something. When the white people came, they opened Leventis. When they left now, what do we have? We're not talking about them. They are gone. Let me just do one image for you guys. They are gone. The white man is no more there disturbing you. So you cannot say the white man is your problem today. Are they your problem? Let me understand you. Let me remove this from the studio. Now, you are here. You have been here. I'm going to ask every one of you watching me, what do you think is the difference between Leventis of those days and Asda of today? Don't be surprised that Asda may actually go and open a place in Nigeria and they will be making a lot of money. I will be celebrating. Asda, don't come. Development, don't come. Do you want us to bring Asda to Nigeria? You see, today, there is no single among every one of you that have made a lot of money as footballers, as everything, as this, as politicians, as some of them are thieves like Wike you see here, buy house. If I know you don't have money, I will not be angry. How can a man buy a private jet when he cannot even talk of one thing? How many private jets does Dangote have? They have more private jets than Dangote. These empty people, they have more private jets than Dangote. More. And guess what? Most of them are running around government looking for contracts. They're not even making their own money. And if you listen to me today, maybe God is talking to you. That you can turn around. Everything is not about making money from government. We can learn. If we come and open our own Asda here, give them another name, Afro, it go popular die. Brandon with our gold, black, and everything, he don't finish. Then begin to bring in African products and sell in UK. I mean, open it around. Tell me how much we'll be making home. They came, they make money from us. Come here and make money. Did they stop you? The last time I checked, I never hear the British government stopping you from coming to invest here. And if you invest here, do you know how much you will make? In my time here, a guy from Russia came and he bought Chelsea. Why did he buy it? For fun? He was making money. As soon as I even like Premiership race, I know if you set up Premiership myself, I know if you buy one club here. Do you know how much you make from the English club? Do you know how people pump into that stadium? Do you know how much you will make? I don't understand. People that will buy somebody, one player with 50, 100 million, 200 million, they don't check. Where do you think they get the money from? Are we in this civilized world or we are in another world? Are we in the table of civilization or we are behind? These are questions that we need to ask ourselves that the Christ can't answer it. I know many people take it to this as an insult. You know, my frustration is this. Why all we are talking about now, this is our destiny. This is what the images show of us. Immigrant dying in the sea. If you go to Sky News now, they're going to talk about this. It's about immigrants. Immigrant. Nigel Farage is very popular today. Immigrant. Why not? And guess what? Who are we, these immigrants? We are cleaners. We are not even in a place in society. I don't know what is really disturbing them. We're going to be cleaners. We're not going to be able to compete in anything. We're going to end up being cleaners, end up being security guards, end up being carers, drivers, cleaning people's house. That's what we're going to do. The people who are supposed to have lifted this people out of poverty, they are sleeping. If we had refinery here or we have filling station here, I'm sure most of these people would have gotten job through us to come and work in our filling station. Come and see the number of Indians working there now. I think Indians have shares in Tesco. I'm going to find out who owns Tesco now. I will not be surprised if the Indians have a bigger share there because you see a lot of them in Tesco's. How can you be? How can I come now and I say I want to own Sainsbury? I want to tell you who work in Sainsbury. But if I own Sainsbury, won't I dictate who works there? Can't I bring people from my place to work in my Sainsbury? The British government, would they have the right to tell me not to bring people to work in my own company? I will only need to fulfill their requirements and I bring anybody I want to bring in. The ordinary man that is opening this can bring somebody to the UK than this idiot that owns a house of 1 million. How much did this man invest? Now, at the end of the day, this is what this idiot cost us. We're dying in the rivers. Let me repeat that again. You see, the man that opened this will legally be able to invite his family to the UK and with respect. But this man that used the £1 million to buy a house will not be able to invite anybody. Because he's not making money. But this man is making money, regular income. He's not. Now, because he's not making money, this is why his people are coming here like this. They're going to die in the sea and continue to die in the sea. May God help us. May God give us the understanding to accept this which we need to change. You know, sometimes this man said to our then winner of election, Mutu Abiola, the Oba Obini said, may God give you the spirit to accept that which you cannot change. Now, may God give us the spirit to accept that which we can change. Write it down. May God give us the spirit to accept that which we can change and we'll begin to make changes to our lives, to our system, to our structure. You see, what is so sad is this. These people that are not already making money from politicians, they don't know no other thing. They don't even look at what Dangote is doing because they know they're going to carry some pot of money and go away. And next month they're coming. But don't you guys even ask yourself, what if this pot of money, where is it coming from? It's only coming from oil. What if 4 years ago, they're still even making money? So this whole money you are carrying now is only coming from oil. No other source. If this oil go away, where will you see the money that you will carry tomorrow? Now you carry money, you can't even invest it. You are a cost to a generation. The same way I want to advise young people. The music industry is booming now. Please be like Davido. Davido, if it is true, what I saw, that you open a filling station, you're my hero, son. Please continue, man. You see, these are the things I've been crying. I asked the footballers. I saw Sondoli say crying that he's living on the money he made. How can you be living on the money you make? Did you invest the money you make? Oli said, answer me, did you invest the money you made? My friend, can I live there? If those people crying, people there are crying, you still be crying. So we should come and feed you. After playing in Europe, making a lot of money, now you are back, crying to all. You didn't get the national job. You have served Nigeria. We paid you, sir. You're not supposed to be a problem to us. You're supposed to be a plus. You are a blessing to his generation. But you abused it. Do I even have a friend? I don't think I have. Osima, if you don't listen to what I'm saying now, the only boy I can see that is going to think a little bit different might be Musa. Musa might end up having a business. Because Musa is not a proud guy. He's ready to play in even the lower division. He's ready to come back home and do things. He's going to go far. Have you seen Musa? Have you seen Davido? These are two kids. I don't know what Musa is doing, but if he thinks well, he's going to do something outside the box. You see, today in Europe, I'm crying. How come? How come we don't have this? You know that the last time I checked, it's only this Ben television and people like us struggling to have a television in Europe. And you're asking yourself, where's the money? Where's the money? How do we even get money to even have a black TV station that can be substantial? We're not going to do it. At least I can't do it. How much is it making? I can't do it. The money going to come from somewhere. Go and ask how they made the big TV station in America. Black people invested in themselves. Are you not wondering of all the footballers we have produced? I'm talking to DJ Drogba because he seems to be a very big African. I watch you. DJ Drogba is an African guy. DJ Drogba, please, put your guys together. Let us have a football team in Europe. Give it a brand. Let that be your legacy. I see you. I see Samuel Eto'o. I see the other people coming together to set up an African football. Let us even compete in Europe. Let us make the money in Europe and use it to. The way they came, they took our money. They made money from us. They didn't force us to. They invested. Listen, when they came, when the white people came to Nigeria, they did not have the African timber. It was them that created it. It was not that they took it over from us. So no, they created it. Come and create your own. In fact, you can even emulate. I'm sure they saw the wood and they started. They are now saying our own is easier. Because you've gone through the journey. So you've been there. I can't talk about football. I don't know the business of football. I can only talk the business of films. And when I even talk about the films here, I'm never going to talk about Nollywood. I say, shut up. Do you even know why people are talking about movies? You think you are in an industry there? No! You're making noise in YouTube. We're making noise in YouTube. If I face now one day, we don't go talk. Not go say to me, oh, that is but we are making noise in YouTube. The last time I checked, Nigerians, it is Netflix that tells you the kind of film you will make. You are a fool. It's Netflix that said this is what we want. Hey, and Nigerian government is looking. Nigerian government are now that have the second or the third largest industry in the world cannot even come in there and make something out of it. Tinubu not say that one how to construct road. Tinubu, do you know how much we make from movies? Let me remind you, California, that's the whole city. That's where Hollywood is. They generate 1/4 of the biggest economy in the world. Do you know how much one American movie is making? So you think we cannot make it? We can even make better because we have a bigger market. Guess what now? The American footballers, the American entertainers, they are not trying to pair with Africans because Africa is a huge market, especially with the coming of the internet. There is a huge market they want to tap into. What are you doing, sir? We're not the African Continental Free Trade. Tinubu, what is wrong with us? That we cannot use this time now. I wrote 2 letters to NTA. And they know they have it from me. I wrote one on the football proposal, another one on entertainment. In my time, it is Netflix that talks about what is shown about us. That is the biggest cost of our time. Then Netflix is doing their own thing. They say they are proud, they are happy with Netflix. I saw one thing, they don't release it and I could slap them. It's not their fault. That little woman you put as minister of, sorry, madam, me I come, I go talk back about you. You may be bad person. You need to learn. You're sitting on a gold mine until Oyibo come now. In fact, it's not as if they've not come. We were sitting on this gold mine. Nollywood is still there. The Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, the ministry is lying, the government is lying. Oyibo come again. Just like they came, they're not trying. This is not colonization now. But what do you call Netflix influence in Nollywood today? If you don't know that is colonization, then you are the biggest fool of my time. How do you colonize things? You control it. You dictate it with your money. I wish we can even come and colonize some here. But we couldn't even colonize our own. And I'm not calling on you to colonize that side. What a disaster that it is. Am I dreaming? You see, the prosperity of our time is everywhere. Africa is, in fact, Nigeria is so much in a good position to explode. Financially, economically, we can explode by tapping on Europe and tapping at home. Nobody have that advantage. Now I'm asking you, Nigeria, what are we doing with this? With all this great potential, with all these great opportunities, Can't you see it, sir? Can't you see what I see? Because the last time I checked, only Nollywood will explode us. Yeah. I don't understand. Tyler Perry, God bless you, man. Tyler Perry say you do your own thing. Can I talk? Let me be quiet. You see, what did I say? See them want to be the star, so they fight in tribal war. I'm too big for that. My own now is to be John the Baptist. I'll do my message. If you like, be angry. If you like, even shoot me. It will not give you what you want. What you need to do is wake up from your slumber. Thank you very much, my people. I come to you today with good news that it is time. It is time. That's the title of the show. It is time we open our own bakery and we start to be productive. You know, when you bake, you put one or two things together, you bake something. That is, you bake it, you do something. It's time for us to do so. It's not late. But we must move. The politicians must move from stealing money and putting it down, like destroying the money, burying the money, like that guy did in the Bible, to invest in it, to bring in more money. Let's assume you are a governor, you stole 20 billion, and today you have 300 billion. We're not going to remember the 20 billion you steal again. You've added value. It's not a problem to even seize the money. What are you going to do with it? To go and buy a house in America? Wike, is that why you stole money? Ibori, Odili, Rotimi, Odwa, Okowa. Is this, guys? Is this why? Look at Akpabio. He's going to end up. Oh. If I can see you going anywhere with it, I will be happy. You're ending anywhere. You're ending like a fall, like a rat. Because the day election finish, you know what can happen in Nigeria today? Imagine if the military boys, you see Wike shouting at them yesterday. If one of them has succeeded in the coup with Tinubu, where we not for them on the run. Don't you think that is a possibility someday? Especially the way we're going. We don't pray for that. But maybe I even need that, because if you people are wasted, you are thieves like them, or you are actually seizing power, not that you are being voted for, you are actually plotting a coup. It's not your own, you are using money to buy us. They're going to use gun to buy us. We either shut up and they shoot at us, or you give us money. And either way, you're raping us. Like Gloria said, you're raping the Nigerian state. Bro, it's not late to do something great with our time, to do something great with our resources. The white people came, those of us in Saple, they gave you AT&P. I'm talking to you now. You heard of the days of Leventis. Today, Shell is everywhere. I only use 3 companies today. And I come down to Europe here to let you know that in the UK, it's not as if the UK government is against you. Look at that man there. He's an Indian man, prime minister, sitting down at the highest office in the United Kingdom, the highest of parliaments. That's where that Indian man sat, and he ruled for some time. Okay, he's out now. But guess what? The biggest city in the world, the capital city of this world, as I call it, which is this city you see here. This is the mayor. He's an Indian man. Look at where he was in Nigeria a few days ago. You know, he's always going to come. Am I the one that's going to tell you that you can do better? I can't convince you. And by the time none of you listen to me, what is going to happen tomorrow is the footballer is going to end up again, and they're going to be broke. The politicians are going to finish their money, and they're going to be broke. What you're going to see is they're not going to be able to sustain it. How can somebody that just finished a governor go and buy a private jet? How is he going to maintain it? Other than the next thing, fighting for power. That's why during the election, you see them, they are ready to kill. To maintain relevance. Not to just maintain relevance, they want to steal the money again. So nobody's dragging it with you. But can you at least just invest it? Can you be like Dangote? Maybe when you be like Dangote, you see that I don't even need to go back to government. You see, if everybody has made so much money, everybody will say, I don't need your government. Listen, my business is giving me money. Rotimi will say, I don't need government. I'm making money from my business. Rotimi, how much are you making from your business? Odoa, how much are you making from your business? Okowa, the career politician, how much are you making from your business? That's why I'm going to end my case. Mona verse, I want all of you to be angry. But that's what God said I should do. He said I should make people angry. That's my job. My job is to make you angry. Thank you very much, people, for joining me. And a very big thank you to the Mayor of London. Well, that's why I'm going to end the show today. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is what I do. I make people angry. I make people angry. If you want to watch my show, if you've not watched it before, you better click on that subscription button, because anytime I come on live, I'm not always on all this platform. I'm not going to be on YouTube and on the Facebook. Thank you very much for joining me. Like I said, my name is Daddy Chris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. This is the weekly bulletin. This is where I wrap up this week broadcast. And for those of you that follows me carefully, you know my passion, that I hate any act of non-productivity, which is what we find ourselves, where we find ourselves. And like today's message is, the truth is that they came, they colonized us. Now we can come and colonize them. How are we going to do our own? We're going to invest here and make their money and take it home. The same way they came, they invested and make money and take it home. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, I say stay out of trouble, enjoy the weekend, and have fun. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190, or email us at realestate@superiorradiotelevision.com. SRTV Shortlet Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
That is either we reform the judiciary, which is allow INEC to be under the judiciary, or we need a world police to police us. Because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free.